Okay guys, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now, fasten your seatbelts. Here we go. All right guys, it is Thursday, November 21st, and we're going to cover the news now. I've uploaded the first video, which was the Q drops, and now we're going to pick right up from where we left off, and we're going to get into the Q-related news. All right, are you ready? Well, I think you were probably born ready. So let's get at it. Whoops, hang on here. What's going on? All right, it would help if I hit the right key. Yeah. Okay, this is a Trump tweet. They're my favorite tweets, and I'm telling you, this guy is a prolific tweeter. I mean, it's unbelievable. I just went out to the Q map, and if you turn on the you put POTUS on, it will intersperse the Q posts with POTUS, and it's unbelievable how much he's posted, and it's all good stuff. It's just, I wish I could read every single one of them to you, but I can't. All right, let's look at this. Schiff's fact witnesses.
I came to believe, I believe that is what I believe. To the best of my understanding, that is what I still believe. I believe
I
believe that. I think
A sense, something.
I think that
I have no awareness or knowledge. I thought that.
How'd that make you feel, sir? So how did you feel? So I kind of sit here with a mix of emotions.
How did that make you feel?
I don't know.
it didn't feel like I was
I was presuming.
I assumed that
I was presuming.
It was my assumption.
I just assumed it would be pure, guesswork on my part, speculation. I don't know.
New hoax, same swamp. Yeah, so let's go back now. We do have more to get to. All right, now this from George, the Collective Q, December 9th, 2019, that's locked. What is he talking about? He's talking about this. Let me make it a little bit larger for you tiny phone people. All right, so on December 9th, 2017, and Q had just begun. Really, that is almost 2 years ago. Just a few days shy of that. And what did Q say? He said, justice, Q. And here we are 2 years later, and what's coming on December 9th? The IG report. How interesting. And George said 2-year justice marker, December 9th, 2019. That's locked. And he's quoting Lindsey Graham, who was on Fox and said, is that the date? And he said, yes, that's locked. It's locked. That is the date that the IG report comes out. How did Q know 2 years ago? I mean, just asking. I'd like to know, because that is quite the feat, if you ask me. Really. And this isn't the only time this has happened. This has happened time and time and time again. And, we're left like, okay, I don't get how he knew that before it happened. How? I mean, with everything that's taken place, how did he know? How? I don't know. If I did, I'd certainly be a heck of a lot smarter than I am now. Now, let's go to this by our president, Donald J. Trump. Corrupt politician Adam Schiff's lies are growing by the day. Keep fighting tough, Republicans. You are dealing with human scum who have taken due process and all of the Republican Party's rights away from us during the most unfair hearings in American history. I thought that was interesting. Well, for a few reasons, but namely because he just called Adam Schiff human scum. Now, I can't disagree with him. In fact, I think that he could have used even stronger words, and we would all agree with him. But interesting nonetheless. Okay, now this, I'm sorry, this is hysterical. I don't care who you are. This by QT Anon, who quite often has extremely humorous content on Twitter. Good person to follow. And CNN, breaking. Eric Fartwell says he was not the farter. In fact, we can now tell you there was a second tutor on the grassy knoll. Yes. I hate that. Huge conspiracy. Huge. All right, and this from POTUS Press. In unexpected move, Devin Nunes invoked obscure House rule that will allow Republicans a hearing in which they can all witness. Schiff must have overlooked it when formulating his show rules. Well done, Congressman. Yes, well done, Devin Nunes. We appreciate you so much, so much. You truly are working for the American people, and we thank you for that. Now, let's get into this. Documents reveal massive dark money group boosted Democrats in 2018. A little-known nonprofit called the 1630 Fund pumped $140 million into Democratic and left-leaning causes. The green wave of campaign cash that boosted Democrats and liberal causes in 2018 included an unprecedented gusher of secret money, new documents obtained by Politico show. The 1630 Fund, a little-known nonprofit headquartered in Washington, spent $141 million on more than 100 left-leaning causes during the midterm election year, according to a new tax filing from the group. The money contributed to efforts ranging from fighting Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh and other Trump judicial nominees to boosting ballot measures, raising the minimum wage and changing laws on voting and redistricting in numerous states. The spending was fueled by massive anonymous donations, including one gift totaling $51.7 million. That single donation was more than the group ever raised before in an entire year before President Donald Trump was elected. Most of the group's funders are likely to remain a mystery because federal law does not require social welfare-focused nonprofits to reveal their donors. The group's 2018 fundraising surpassed any amount ever raised by a left-leaning political nonprofit, according to experts who pointed to the Koch Network and the Crossroads Network as rare right-leaning groups that posted bigger yearly fundraising totals at the height of their powers. The 1630 Fund's rise last year is a sign that Democrats and allies have embraced the methods of groups they decried as dark money earlier this decade, when they were under attack from the money machines built by conservatives, including the Cox, I don't know how you pronounce that name. I'm probably pronouncing it incorrectly. But in terms of the size of dark money networks, there are only a few that have gone into the 100 million plus range, said Robert McGuire, the research director for the watchdog group Citizens for Responsible and Ethics in Washington and an expert in political nonprofits. These kinds of totals aren't unheard of, McGuire added. I do think they're unheard of on the liberal side. I think that's what's so striking about this. In an email, 1630 Fund Executive Director Amy Kurtz wrote that the group provides support to advocates and social welfare organizations around the country, and we are pleased with the growth we had in 2018. 1630 Fund played a role in the battle for the House of Representatives in 2018, a crucial contest for Democrats trying to seize back power after Trump's rise. The election featured dozens of Democratic candidates who decried the influence of money in politics on the campaign trail. The nonprofit operated under 4 dozen different names in 2018, many of which have benign-sounding local titles like Arizonans United for Healthcare and Floridians for Fair Shake. Politico revealed in 2018 that a number of these linked groups were collectively spending millions of dollars to pressure Republican members of Congress on their stances on healthcare, taxes, and the economy through TV ads and grassroots organizing. A related organization called the Hub Project controlled the flow of money for this effort from 1630 Fund into states and districts, according to reporting by the New York Times. This year, the group is continuing to work on campaigns that Americans care about, Hub Project spokesman Dan Crawford said, including campaigns focused on healthcare, taxes, and the economy. Demand Justice, the court's focus group helmed by former Hillary Clinton press secretary Brian Fallon, also ran out of 1630 Fund. Demand Justice spent millions of dollars on TV ads as Democrats tried to prevent Brett Kavanaugh from being confirmed to the Supreme Court in 2018. More recently, the group projected a video of Christine Blasey Ford, or Blasey Ford, accusing, two-door Ford, accusing Kavanaugh of assault on the side of a truck outside a Washington gala where Kavanaugh was speaking. In addition to the direct spending conducted under prominent trade names, 1630 Fund also distributed more than $91 million in grants to 95 other groups in 2018, according to the tax filing. These funds made 1630 Fund a major source of money for political nonprofits, pushing an array of charges to state and federal law. Pushing an array of changes to state and federal law. More than $27 million of that money went to American Votes, another liberal nonprofit that describes itself as the coordination hub of the progressive community on its website. That grant by itself was nearly twice the amount American Votes had ever raised in a single year, $14.2 million, according to the federal tax records. 1630 Fund also directed tens of millions of dollars directly into state-level politics, including a series of successful ballot measures. The group gave $6.25 million to a group urging passage of a Nevada ballot measure promoting automatic voter registration, as well as $6 million to a Michigan group pushing changes to the state's redistricting process. Another $2.65 million went toward boosting a Florida constitutional amendment restoring voting rights to felons. Groups pushing minimum wage increases in Arkansas, Missouri, and other states received millions more. More than $10 million flowed from the 1630 Fund into Colorado alone to organizations supporting Democrats in state legislative races and campaigns for statewide office, as well as several more focused on expensive ballot measure campaigns. The ballot initiative process offers an important counterbalance to the failings of partisan politics, and we are proud of our support for some of the most impactful and important initiatives of the 2018 cycle, Kurtz, the 1630 Fund executive director, wrote in an email. The group does disclose the amount of money of each donation, which shows several strikingly large contributions. One donor gave the group $51,705,000. A second gave $26,747,561, and a third gave $10 million. And the Hub Project disclosed 3 of its donors in 2017. Seattle venture capitalist Nick Hanauer, the Union American Federation of Teachers, and the Weiss Foundation, founded by businessman and environmentalist Hans-Georg Weiss. The huge size of 1630 Fund and its donations raise questions about whether it has its own independent base of donors, or if whether acts as one part of a larger network, said Brett Kappel, campaign finance lawyer in Ackerman LLP. When you see a very large contribution, which is more than a third of the money raised, that raises the possibility that other groups are funneling money to this group to distribute to individual states, said Kappel. It is part of a dark money network. Or is this part of a dark money network? And what is its function? Well, I think we can see by the causes that they support. There are some signposts that partly show 1630 Fund's operators and potential sources of its funding. 1630 Fund is closely tied to Arabella Advisors. Oh, I've heard that before. A firm that advises donors and nonprofits about where to give money, and was founded by former Clinton administration appointee Eric Kessler. Kessler is president and chair of 1630 Fund, and Arabella Advisors provides business and administrative services to the nonprofit according to the tax filing. Several of the biggest donors and organizations in Democratic politics also have public links to 1630 Fund. Potential presidential candidate and mega donor Michael Bloomberg gave $250,000 to a super PAC linked to 1630 Fund Change Now in 2018, and the Democratic donor group, Democracy Alliance, which has dozens of members, including billionaire George Soros, recommended last spring that donors invest several $1 million into 1630 Fund, according to the documents obtained at the time by Politico. Now, let's go back and let's take a look at this Eric Kessler. Now, let me make this a little bit bigger. Eric Kessler is founder, principal, and senior managing director of Arabella Advisors, a Washington, D.C. based philanthropic consultancy that caters to left-leaning clients. Arabella Advisors also manages a number of center-left funding and fiscal sponsorship organizations, including 501c4, 1630 Fund, 501c3, New Venture Fund, and 501c3, Hopewell Fund, and 501c3, Windward Fund. Kessler himself is closely involved with these organizations, often serving as the founder, principal officer, or board member in them. Kessler is closely involved in Democratic Party and left-wing politics. He is former Clinton administration White House appointee and previously served as a national field director for the League of Conservation Voters. Kessler later served as a member of the now defunct Clinton Global Initiative. Kessler claims a committee on culinary advocacy for the center-left James Beard Foundation and is co-founder of the Chef Action Network. He also serves on the board of directors of the National Democratic Institute. Dark money? Yes, absolutely dark money. And just the fact that Soros is involved tells you everything you need to know. So they are funneling this money into Democratic causes because it's global. The left cause is the globalist cause. That's what they want. They want to sell out America. And basically, and forgive my French, but they, to hell with the American people. They don't care. So, yeah. Now, I want to get to this now. This by Chris Stigall. That may not be the correct interpretation. Hunter Biden was a customer of Ashley Madison. Ashley Madison, I guess, from what I've heard over that big scandal that erupted, it is a website where people go to, I guess they're married and they want to cheat. I don't know. Apparently, that's my understanding. If I'm incorrect in that, please correct me. But that is my understanding of what that website did. I don't know if it's still functioning or not. I don't want to know. Anyway, Hunter Biden was a customer of Ashley Madison. He was dropping Burisma money on drugs, hookers, while cheating with the widow of his late brother. Then married a woman named Cohen, who is 17 years younger than him. Now he's knocked up another woman 20 years younger than him. So, yeah, in case you didn't hear, this was the news yesterday, and I should have brought this yesterday, and I would have if my voice cooperated. But, yeah, he's knocked up this woman. She's 20 years younger than him, and he is the father of her child, it has been proven through DNA. So, yeah. Now, let's look at this, shall we? Of course we shall. Well, here. Breaking photo emerges of anti-Trump CIA whistle leaker Epic Carmel in Oval Office with Barack Obama. You don't say. I do say. Now, I think this is from yesterday. It is. And look, who have we here? Well, 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 they look like they're on good terms, don't they? Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's a Masonic handshake as well. I'm just saying. A photo of CIA whistle leaker, I'm not going to say his name again, shaking Barack Obama's hand in the Oval Office was published on a close friend's wedding site last year. The photo was obtained by the Washington Examiner, and it reaffirms the whistleblower is a political hack with a partisan Trump-hating agenda. I mean, we all knew that, right? We did, right? Yes. So 1 year after, the big Carmel left his job at the Trump White House and went to the CIA, he posted this picture of him shaking Barack Obama's hand on his best friend's wedding site. No wonder why impeachment ringleader Adam Schiff and his stenographers in the media won't identify, the big Carmel as the whistleblower. Yeah, no wonder. Oh my gosh. In the photograph, a smiling, whistleblower, then Ukraine director of the National Security Council at the White House, is shown shaking Obama's hands. They are standing in front of a portrait of Abraham Lincoln by George Henry Story. A Republican close to the White House said the photo was evidence that the whistleblower supported Obama, and its selection for the wedding website indicated he considered the Oval Office image a glamour shot. This photo confirms that career intelligence and foreign service officials serving at the highest rank of the Trump White House have their own agenda and their own policy viewpoints, the Republican source said. The website for the September 2018 wedding of Matt Calabro, a Connecticut high school friend of, the Carmel guy, is now defunct. The two friends traveled through Central and Eastern Europe together in the summer of 2005, and, the Carmel guy was a best man at Calabro's wedding in Newport, Rhode Island. This picture raises serious questions about how this sham impeachment process started. The senior Trump administration official said it's no surprise that House Intelligence Committee Chairman Adam Schiff has now changed his story about letting the falsely labeled whistleblower testify. So, the big Carmel is a 33-year-old CIA officer who was planted inside the White House by ex-CIA chief John Brennan to spy on Trump and thwart the Spygate investigation being conducted by U.S. Attorney from Connecticut, John Durham. EC was not on Trump's July 25th phone call with Zelensky, yet he filed a whistleblower complaint based on hearsay from a source. We now know his primary source was Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman. Vindman publicly testified Tuesday and crumbled under questioning from ranking member of the House Intel Committee, Devin Nunes, when asked about who he spoke to about Trump's call with Zelensky. Nunes got Vindman to admit he was the source of the leak of Trump's July 25th phone call to an official in the Intel community. Well, who would that be? Yes, the big giant Carmel, however you say that, who he refused to name because Schiff interjected to protect the whistleblower, who everybody knows. Everybody knows who it is. I mean, it's so retarded. I'm sorry, that's not a good word to use, and forgive me for using it. The big Carmel is not a whistleblower. He is a CIA leaker and a political hack with an agenda to remove Trump from office. He worked with, we've looked at this before, but it bears repeating, worked with DNC operative Alexandra Chalupa in, whenever I read that name, I get hungry, in creation of Trump-Russia collusion hoax, fired from the National Security Council in 2017 for leaks and returned to the CIA, worked directly under James Clapper, worked and traveled with Joe Biden, served in the Obama administration, worked with John Brennan, is a registered Democrat. Well, well. CIA snitch, that guy, filed a whistleblower complaint on August 12th over President Trump's July 25th phone call with Ukrainian President Zelensky, where the two discussed ferreting out corruption. This included talk on investigating the Biden crime family. That guy was not on the call. He just heard about it, and his report was filled with inaccuracies. The so-called whistleblower, that guy, is a Democrat who had a professional tie to a 2020 Democrat. That guy coordinated and took guidance from Adam Schiff's staff, and Schiff lied about it. Well, you don't expect that he'd tell the truth, do you? That guy coordinated and took guidance. Okay, we just read that, and I'm not going to read it again. You can't make me. Schiff's staff recommended attorneys for the so-called whistleblower. That guy was kicked out of the White House for leaking negative stories about Donald Trump in 2017. Trump hater, that guy was behind the fake story that Putin told Trump to fire Comey, a complete fake news story from 2017. That guy, his attorneys worked for James Clapper, Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer, and donated to Joe Biden. An attorney for that guy is a member of the resistance. That guy worked with Joe Biden in the executive branch when he was vice president. And that guy had no problem with Joe Biden and Hunter Biden's $1 million pay-for-play scandal in Ukraine. And that guy traveled with Joe Biden to the Ukraine. And that guy also worked with DNC operative Alexandra Chalupa. Boy, I'm hungry. In the creation of the Trump-Russia collusion hoax. A former associate of James Clapper, Charles McCullough, assisted, that guy, with his complaint against Trump. And Adam Schiff's aides, Abigail Grace and Sean Misko, worked with that guy in the White House. And that guy was a guest of Joe Biden to a luncheon with the Italian Prime Minister in 2016. And as the Gateway Pundit reported earlier today, that guy hosted the White House meeting in January 2016 when Ukrainian officials were told to get rid of the prosecutor investigating Hunter Biden and Burisma. That is why Adam Schiff does not want, that guy's name mentioned during the public testimony this week. Well, yeah. So there you go. Interesting. And we have more, always. Now, you're going to find this interesting. I'm just saying. There's lots of news, and I'm not going to be able to get to it all tonight, but I think you'll want to see this. But you know what? I'm almost tempted to skip that because we do have a lot of, we have a lot of other news that's important as well. So, this by MAGA veteran. I'm curious, where in hell were all these whistleblowers when Obama was loading a plane with $150 billion headed to Iran in the dead of night? Holder was giving weapons to Mexican drug cartels, and Hillary was destroying subpoenaed evidence. Anyone? Yeah, we'd like to know that, wouldn't we? Where were these whistleblowers? Seriously. Where are whistleblowers when you need them? It's kind of like police, whenever you need one, they're never around, but that's actually not true. I shouldn't say that. There are a lot of very, very good law enforcement officers out there. Very good. That was unfair for me to say. All right. Let's go on now. Why? Because we can. Hang on here 1 second, because I just want to make sure this uploaded, and it did. So let me tweet it out. I left that uploading when I came over here to continue. Second video. All right, now, so this is the story. Oh, yes. This is very important. See, I have to skip some of these other ones. Hopefully, we'll get caught up at some point. But the thing is, there's always new news coming in, and I want to get to that. So, update. Head of Burisma Holdings linked to Hunter Biden is indicted in Ukraine. Then goes missing. Cue the Twilight Zone music. Now, this is from yesterday, and I should have brought it yesterday, and I meant to, but my voice would not allow me to. The flesh was willing, but my voice was weak. The head of Burisma Holdings was indicted this week in Ukraine. Ukrainian prosecutor general indicted Burisma owner Nikolai Zlokevsky. The claim alleges that Hunter Biden and his partners received $16.5 million for their services. The indictment was damning and revealed Hunter Biden's income under his contract with Burisma is a link that reveals how money is siphoned from Ukraine. Vice President Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, took a lucrative post on the Burisma board in 2014. Hunter Biden was making millions from the corrupt Ukrainian oil and gas company. Via TASS.com, the Ukrainian office of the prosecutor general has drawn up an indictment against the owner of the Burisma Holdings energy company, ex-ecology minister Nikolai Zlokevsky, that contained information that the son of former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden, Hunter, as a Burisma board member, along with his partners, received $16.5 million for their services. Ukrainian Verkhovna Rada MP from the ruling Servant of the People Party, Alexander Dubinsky, told a press conference on Wednesday, citing the investigation's materials. According to him, the money came from duplicitous criminal activity. Duplicitous meaning that something looks legit, but it's not, or something appears one way when it's really another, kind of like, laundering money. According to the politician, the son of Vice President Joe Biden was receiving payment for his services with money raised through criminal means and money laundering. He also clarified that Biden received money that did not come from the company's successful operation, but rather from money stolen from citizens. Dubinsky stressed that the information on Hunter Biden's income under his contract with Burisma is a link that reveals how money is siphoned from Ukraine. Ukrainian MP Alexander Dubinsky said in a presser Wednesday that he will reveal information about a pyramid scheme created in Ukraine using stolen funds, moved offshore, and bought Ukrainian public bonds, turning them into the Ukrainian sovereign debt. Joe Biden's drug addict son, Hunter, was sitting on the board of Burisma Holdings, a Ukrainian natural gas company, and being paid by some accounts over $200,000 a month, even though he had zero experience in the field. Now this. Burisma founder Mykola Zlokevsky has gone missing. According to Reuters, the investigation is on hold because Zlokevsky, I'm not sure that I'm pronouncing this right, and it's a difficult name to say, has gone missing. Now, what do you bet? Just saying, what do you bet that he turns up dead somewhere? Probably shot in the back of the head 5 times with, the wrong arm. I'm just saying, expect it. Probably within the next few days. He'll turn up dead somewhere. Or he's been spirited away to somewhere to live in anonymity. Who knows? But my guess is that he'll turn up dead. So that is interesting, to say the least. So they are still investigating, obviously. And that is a very good thing. Okay, let's get back to where we were. And just to make sure that you've seen this. DNA test shows Hunter Biden is father of Arkansas woman's baby. So there you have it. DNA testing has established with scientific certainty that Hunter Biden is the father of an Arkansas baby, according to a motion filed Wednesday in Independent County on behalf of the child's mother, London Alexis Roberts. So Biden's son, a former Vice President Joe Biden, is not expected to challenge the results of the DNA test or testing process, the filing states. An attorney for Hunter Biden, former Arkansas Attorney General Dustin McDaniel, did not immediately respond to a request for comment. And a hearing in the case was previously scheduled for December 2nd in Batesville. The baby's paternal grandfather, Joe Biden, is seeking the nomination of the Democratic Party for the President of the United States of America. The mother notes he is considered by some to be the person most likely to win his party's nomination and challenge President Trump on the ballot in 2020. Oh, can't wait to see Trump and Biden. That would be, well, that would be my entertainment for the whole decade. I'm just saying. I mean, it was good with Hillary, Trump and Hillary. That was really, really good. But Trump and Biden, oh my gosh. I mean, Hillary could just about keep up. Not quite, but just about. But Biden, oh, that would be something to behold. Anyway, the Arkansas Democrat Gazette posted a story early this afternoon about the DNA test-related court filing. Soon after, the Trump campaign tweeted out a link to the article, adding 3 words of its own. Congratulations, Joe Biden. Hunter Biden, who initially denied having sexual relations with Roberts, eventually agreed to take a DNA test, according to documents filed by Roberts' attorney, Clint Lancaster. Must have had sex after all, don't you think? Yeah, I don't know any other way to make a baby. I'm just saying. Unless you have, well, there are a few other ways, but still involves sperm. And it's his sperm. So how do you explain that away, Hunter? So anyway, that's it for that story. And, thought you might find that interesting. Now, Kevin McCarthy, case closed. Ambassador Sondland just testified under oath that he never heard the president say there were conditions on aid to Ukraine. Democrat smear campaign is falling apart. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. In fact, I think it has fallen apart. Game over. All right. Now, let me see what else here that absolutely must be covered. I don't know. What is this? I don't know what this is, but let's look at it anyway. Must be something good.
Very much. We're going to Austin, Texas. Apple is opening up a fantastic facility. They're spending a tremendous amount of money. And I've been asking Tim Cook from the day I got elected from the campaign. I've been asking Tim Cook to, if they would, we want to see Apple build here. That way you have no tariffs. There's no tariffs. When companies come to our country and they build, there's no tariffs. The economy is doing unbelievably well. We continue to talk to China. China wants to make a deal. The question is, do I want to make a deal? Because I like what's happening right now. We're taking in billions and billions of dollars. I'm going to go very quickly, just a quick comment on what's going on in terms of testimony with Ambassador Sondland.
I love this.
And I just noticed one thing, and I would say that means it's all over.
Game over.
What do you want from Ukraine? He asks me, screaming. What do you want from Ukraine? I keep hearing all these different ideas and theories. This is Ambassador Sondland speaking to me. Just happened. To which I turned off the television. What do you want from Ukraine? I keep hearing all these different ideas and theories. What do you want? What do you want? It was a very short and abrupt conversation that he had with me. They said he was not in a good mood. I'm always in a good mood. I don't know what that is. He just said, now he's talking about what's my response. So he's going, what do you want? What do you want? I hear all these theories. What do you want, right? And now, here's my response that he gave, just gave. Ready? You have the cameras rolling? I want nothing. That's what I want from Ukraine. That's what I said. I want nothing. I said it twice. So he goes, he asked me the question, what do you want? I keep hearing all these things. What do you want? He finally gets me. I don't know him very well. I have not spoken to him much. This is not a man I know well. Seems like a nice guy, though. But I don't know him well. He was with other candidates. He actually supported other candidates. Not me. Came in late. But here's my response. Now, if you weren't fake news, you'd cover it properly. I say to the ambassador, his response, I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky, President Zelensky, to do the right thing. So here's my answer. I want nothing. I want nothing. I want no quid pro quo. Tell Zelensky to do the right thing. Then he says, this is the final word from the President of the United States. I want nothing. Thank you, folks. Have a good time. I'm going to bed.
So I love that he took the time to, reiterate what Sondland had said in his testimony. And I love the little quips towards the news too. And if you weren't fake news, you'd report this. So, yeah, you gotta love President Trump. I really hope at some point I can get to see him, get to go to a rally or something, or I don't know. That is the one person on the face of the earth that I do want to meet. If I had to say, somebody said to me, who is the one person that you absolutely want to meet before you die? I'd say Donald Trump. Yes, I would. Okay, now let's go back and see what else we can cover. I know time is getting away from us here, but, and look at this, this from Zach Slater. And he is responding to Bill Tufts, who said the first year, oh yes, this applies to Canada, but I don't know if it applies to the United States or not, but it's very interesting. So those of you that are interested in Canada, or those of you who are Canadian, will find this very interesting. Bill Tufts said the first year refugees come to Canada, the first year refugees come to Canada, they get $50,000 worth of incoming social benefits. $50,000, more than our vets, more than our seniors, more than anyone. That's about 10 years worth of income in their old countries. And yet they still hate us. And Zach Slater said, and it took the Rebel News to report it. No one touched it with a 10-foot pole. Well, of course not, because the media in Canada is bought and paid for by the Liberals. So, and Trudeau made sure of that. Now, let me see. Oh, there's so much to get into, and I'm trying to use time wisely to get to the stuff that is most important, but it seems like it's all important. I think I've covered everything up here, so maybe, well, I'm going to cover this. You know why? Because I can. So let's look at this. This is what Walmart is selling, and I'm going to go to the Walmart site to show you, because it would be easy to say, well, I don't know. Walmart now selling a children's book of demons. Yeah. And this is today's news. It's fresh off the press. But Hashem was incensed at his going, so an angel of Hashem placed himself in his way as an adversary. He was riding on his she-ass with two servants alongside. That's Numbers 22:22, the Israel Bible. And why they put that there, I don't know. But for parents looking to introduce their kids to devil worship, Walmart and Amazon are now selling a new children's book entitled A Children's Book of Demons. In the About section, the publishers try to turn the act of summoning demons into a kid-friendly activity, saying summoning demons has never been so much fun. The site categorizes the book as a playful guide to conjure demons to communicate with the spirit. The children's product is listed for children ages 5 to 10 and inspires kids to create demons of their own. The book is a sort of coloring book whereby kids can draw demons using a system of signals. Or sigils, rather. Sorry. As the Publisher Weekly text reads, Layton integrates a hands-on craft element into this playful guide that invites readers to conjure gentle demons. Gentle demons, no such thing. By writing their sigils, which serve as a phone number straight to the spirit. The demons necessitate specific summons. A Riddler named Corydon requires a sigil drawn in bright red, the color of a clown's nose, preferably while you're giggling, and express specific characteristics and abilities that range from pragmatic to gross. They include Flatulous, whose talent is passing gas, Quasitoro, an expert at finding missing objects, and Spangslox, the best-dressed demon in the underworld, who offers cutting-edge fashion advice. Layton's rendering of the multi-eyed, multi-armed, sharp-toothed demons are outlandish without being creepy, and the creative concept will likely inspire some readers to create demons of their own. Ages 5 to 10. On Walmart's site, it is placed in a category called Paranormal, Occult, and Supernatural Kids Books. It's listed at $9.88 per copy. Now, let's look at it on Walmart's site. Hang on here. Yeah, here it is. Children's Book of Demons by Aaron Layton. It only has 1.5 stars, so yeah, I'm not quite sure why any parent would get this for their child. Here's a positive review, 5 stars. Great for kids of all ages. With the gods of yesterday debased into the demons of today. This is important information. Right. And what else is here? Let's see the 1-star reviews. I'd like to see that, wouldn't you? We already read that part. Let me see here. This is ridiculous and sacrilegious. It didn't belong in the hands of a child, nor should any Walmart carry this. This is boycott worthy. And another one said, great for kids of all ages. Oh, we have already read that one. Can't believe somebody would say that. And another person said, garbage. This should not be on Walmart's website. I am ashamed of Walmart for allowing such garbage. Do not buy this New Age demon book. It is an introduction to the occult and Satanism. They encourage demon summoning and black magic. Seriously, who would read this to a child? Why would an adult read this? What is happening to the world? Amazon should reconsider selling this. This is ridiculous and sacrilegious. Okay, we already read that. So there you go. A children's book of demons. Let's see if we have any inside. Sometimes you can look inside of it. Nope. Maybe they don't want us to look inside of it. Yeah. So there you go. Can you believe that? They're not even trying to hide it anymore. They're teaching our children how to summon demons. And if you think that's just playing around, oh, no, it's not. You may not believe in demons. Well, if you've ever had interaction with one, you will. You will believe, not you will have an interaction. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but yeah. So, all right, let's go back now. And I think I am going to, we can't have all politics. Let's look into this. It's interesting. Now, I warn you, there's going to be a lot of ads on this because this is one of those sites where you have to remove your ads or you can't view it. So, let's look at this. Exclusive. Inside Jeffrey Epstein's New Mexico ranch, jaw-dropping pictures show pedophiles' 8-person party shower, life-size installation of a crucified Jesus, and underground strip club where teens would entertain VIP guests. Yeah. Dozens of new photos and video give the most revealing insight yet into Jeffrey Epstein's notorious baby-making ranch in the New Mexico desert. Pictures from inside the main house show a party shower for up to 8 people with 4 shelves full of toiletries and oils, and the indoor bathing area has a large pool, hot tub, and a shower behind it. Aerial photos also reveal the private airstrips, which is where Epstein flew in teenage girls on his plane, which was dubbed the Lolita Express. New drone footage, the first to be taken since Epstein took his own life. Sure he did. Last August shows the 10,000 acre estate now lies desolate with the gardens showing signs of disrepair. One of the bedrooms has a sculpture of a life-size Jesus crucified on a golden cross, which covers most of one wall and is attached by chains to the crown molding. A former contractor says security cameras were securely fitted in every room at Zorro Ranch and recorded the behavior of the rich and famous. Another source claims that the convicted pedophile built a 1,000 square foot underground strip club for entertaining VIPs with teenage girls. So, dozens of new photos and videos give the most revealing look yet into Epstein's notorious baby-making ranch. We've already read that. I think that, and it says another source says security cameras were secretly fitted in every room and recorded the behavior of the rich and famous, which explains why he and his fixer, Ghislaine Maxwell, apparently felt untouchable. All right, now, this is an overview of the ranch by drone footage. It's large. I mean, this is a huge property. Dozens of new photos and videos give the most revealing insight yet into Jeffrey Epstein's. Okay, we've already read that. And here is the shower. I wish I could get rid of this. How do I get rid? That's not how. All right, here is the shower. Big party shower. It's a nice shower. I wouldn't want to have to clean it, but it's a nice shower. Pictures from inside the main house show a party shower for up to 8 people with 4 shelves full of toiletries and oils. And here are the shelves built into the marble. Well, party shower. And look at this window here. There's like no covering on it, so whoever's in that shower, I mean, everybody can see. I noticed that right away. I was like, gee, I wouldn't mind having a shower like that. And then I thought, no, I wouldn't. I think they should cover it. I guess it doesn't matter when you're there. An anonymous contractor who worked at the ranch until 2006 described the giant shower in the master bedroom as amazing, saying, that was a party shower. Everybody getting in. It's a big shower. Yep, there's the toiletries. The shower had 4 cubbies on one wall filled with various oils, soaps, and lotions. There was also women's shaving cream, toothpaste, and toothbrushes, as well as several loofahs. And this is drone footage. But I think the pictures give it justice, and I don't want to go through all this while it plays. It's 4 minutes. And here is the giant cross. Why this would be there, I don't know. Seems a little odd to me. You know, don't think. And it also looks like there's like a little kneeling or a seat here. Very odd. I mean, we obviously know that Epstein wasn't religious. Well, he might have been, but he certainly didn't worship Jesus Christ, or, you know, he doesn't worship the God that we do. All right. And here is, actually, I like this. It's a nice house inside. Another former contractor revealed Epstein built an underground club. In one picture from his New Mexico ranch, a staircase leads downstairs. Although there are no images of the actual club, it is an underground layer of 1,000 square feet, like a nightclub with stripper poles. It's not directly underneath the house. Most activity took place there, like dancing, hanging out. It was the entertainment area. No one, staff, was allowed down there. They installed cameras down there, he says. So, and this is the pool. The large indoor bathing area has an oversized pool, hot tub, and a framed shower behind it. And the focal point of the pool is a shower, which is framed with a blue cutout. Various lotions and soaps line the shower ledge, and this is an even, from far away, you can see how big this really is. It's massive. It has its own airstrip and who knows what all. An anonymous contractor who worked at the ranch until 2006 revealed that it was just a normal working ranch with only a few staff and little security, until Epstein and his friends arrived in town, usually twice a year. So that huge ranch was there and only used twice a year. The new photos also show random outhouses, satellites, and farming equipment dotted around the vast estate scrubland, while the levee surrounding the property is now dried up and full of litter. Pictures from inside the main house show a party shower for up to 8 people with 4 shelves full of toiletries and oils. The indoor bathing area has a large pool, hot tub, and a framed shower behind it. One of the bedrooms has a sculpture of a life-size Jesus crucified on a golden cross, which covers most of the wall and is attached by chains to the crown molding. The library is full of grand antique furniture, including Gothic chandeliers and metallic leather chairs. An anonymous contractor who worked at the ranch until 2006 revealed in an interview with Albuquerque radio station owner Eddie Argon that it was just a normal working ranch with only a few staff and security until Epstein and his friends arrived in town, usually twice a year. He also claims there was a photo on show at the main house of Epstein with Bill Clinton surrounded by topless underage girls. It's a huge home. When you approach it, it looks like a resort hotel way up on the hill. You can barely see it from the town down below, and there's a long loop road up there, and he's got a small airport, he says. It's reasonably secure. Some cameras, 6 or 7 people working there. There was a ranch manager, a couple who did the business operations. They were from New Zealand, husband and wife, and handled the management of the ranch. They were living at the front, not at the ranch. No one lived in the Epstein home apart from Jeffrey and his entourage. I think he brought more staff when he had his entourage. He'd come a couple times a year and would come with an entourage of 30 people or so. They would party there, pull out all the toys, the four-wheelers, all that sort of stuff. I had seen things in the house on the computers which made me evaluate whether I should be working with him or not, or for him or not. There were numerous photographs in frames in his library, his office, on the walls of young underage girls topless, and him and various other powerful people, celebrities, entertainment people, political people, Bill Clinton. He wasn't shy about having those in the house. I have seen a picture of him and Bill Clinton smoking cigars on pool lounge chairs with underage topless girls. He had weird lamps and sculptures of a sexual nature, couples engaged in sex. When asked about the giant shower area in the master bedroom, the contractor responds that was a party shower, everybody getting in, it's a big shower, it's amazing. On security, he discloses there were a lot of photographs being taken. They were all over the ranch. I noticed the closets. They There were video distribution systems, which I initially assumed to be for entertainment, but now I'm not so sure. They may have been hidden cameras in some of the rooms, that type of thing. He also claims that the estate is called Zorro Ranch in honor of the cartoon masked vigilante, saying the Zorro thing was a fetish thing for Zorro, the character. And here is another picture. Now this is beautiful if you ask me. I love these butternut colored walls. Yes, it's absolutely despicable what this man stood for, but I can appreciate nice architecture when I see it. But anyway, let's okay, and this is another just close-up of all these pillows. What they are for, I don't know. One of the main hallway entrances have several pillow cushions stacked against the wall. There does not appear to be any couches or chairs nearby that are missing pillows. And this is an outside view. The contractor claims there was a photo on show at the main house of Epstein. Okay, we've already gone through that. And this is the library. Now, I'll tell you one thing. I am a book enthusiast. I love books. And I go gaga for any library, but I can't even imagine what kind of books there would be there. Now, he had the rich and famous there, so I imagine that the books on display were probably priceless, old books, who knows. But this is the library. And this is a bedroom, and it's got palm trees and cowboys on it. The ranch is one of several of Epstein homes where underage girls were flown in from all around the world. And this is, wow, that's a bison head right there, buffalo. And yeah, I don't know what room this is. One victim, Virginia Giuffre, now 35, filed a Florida lawsuit in 2009 against Epstein, stating she was a sex slave for him from 1999 to 2002, and he'd made her a disgusting proposition. She added, he offered me a mansion and money every month, a monthly allowance to bear one of his children. And this is outside. Absolutely beautiful. Jeffrey said the proposition was that if anything ever happened between Jeffrey and I, that I would have to sign my child over to him, basically, and that the child would be his and Ghislaine's, and I would be looking after it as if nothing happened between Jeffrey and I. Giuffre has supplied photos of herself as an underage teen at Epstein's various residences. And then we have this guy, yeah. Argonne says he also interviewed another former contractor who revealed that Epstein built an underground club. In one picture, a spiral staircase leads downstairs, although there were no images of the actual club. It's an underground layer of 1,000 square feet, like a nightclub with stripper poles. It's not directly underneath the house. Okay, that has already been said. I don't know why they keep putting the same thing into the article again and again. He goes on to explain why he thinks Fixer Maxwell has been allowed to walk free by the FBI because she's sat on thousands of names and videos, which makes her untouchable. Argonne says the guy I spoke to installed this sophisticated camera system with cameras in each room, and it all went through a mainframe server, which went to either New York or Florida. The point of the cameras was to record powerful people and for blackmail. Ghislaine Maxwell has thousands of names and videos she's threatening. If she gets pulled under, she'll spill. She sent a clear sign that she's untouchable. She has all that information. DailyMail.com can also reveal that Epstein's estate, Cypress Inc., is involved in litigation with the Albuquerque-based asphalt contractor company Universal Constructors, Inc. for breach of contract, which has been going through the Santa Fe District Court since July. The ranch is one of several Epstein homes where underage girls were flown in from all around the world. The New York Times claimed that the convicted pedophile confided in scientists that he planned to impregnate up to 20 women at a time at the ranch to improve the human race with his genes. See what I say about being a narcissist? That's why I don't believe he commits suicide, because a narcissist would never commit suicide. He thinks that by impregnating women against their will with his seed, that he's improving the world by spreading his genes. Now, if that's not a narcissist, I don't know what is. One victim, Virginia Giuffre, now 35, filed a Florida lawsuit in and we've already, they're just repeating the same thing again in that. I don't know if there's any more. Yes, there are some more pictures, which I will show you because I know you're interested. This is, I don't know, a bathtub. Epstein's shower and bath areas are littered with various oils, soaps, lotions, and fluffy towels. I love fluffy towels. I'm just saying I do. I like soaps and lotions too. And this is a very blurry one, a former, so again, they're repeating the same thing. And this is one of the rooms appear to be decorated like the Wild Wild West with a chandelier adorned with pistols and stars. On the back wall are black and white photos of various people and teepees. And there is this. It seems a little bit out of sorts with the rest of the home, but hey, what do I know? And here we go. Here's an outside shot, fountain, and looks like a life-size game of chess. Whoops. Here. So let's just see. I think we're almost done. This is going to be a very long video. In the garden area of the estate, Epstein has what appears to be a lawn chess board. And this is probably the working part. There's also pictures of random outhouses, satellites, and farming equipment dotted around the vast estate scrubland, while the levee surrounding the property is now dried up and full of litter. Now, I'm not going to go through the rest of this because most of it is being repeated over and over again, and it annoys me. In the same edition, it looks like it's different. In the same edition, the paper covered the Duke of York's trip to dedicate a $45 million telescope complex called the Magdalena Observatory before then visiting a mountaintop where he detonated a 500-pound ammonium nitrate fuel oil car bomb as part of the research for New Mexico Tech Bomb Technology Department. It was the start of a 3-day tour, which included a visit to the Los Alamos National Laboratory and the Santa Fe Institute think tank before ending with visits to San Felipe Pueblo Elementary School and Nassau Aeronautics. And it's just saying that former employee Deidre Stratton claimed Andrew came to visit the ranch and was served a type of tea to make him more horny. These claims all date back to the early 2000s, which is also the same time that Prince Andrew started doing business in New Mexico with Richardson as part of his role as the UK's special trade envoy. All right, well, there you go. We already know that. And this is a new allegation from another woman. And so that is that. Very interesting stuff. Interesting. Doesn't seem like anybody in the States is, rushing out to publish anything like that, are they? No. And they won't. So I'm going to end that there because I don't know how long I've been going, but it's been a long time. So I'm going to end this here, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. So you guys have a great night. Stay safe, stay well, stay blessed, and where did I go? And keep seeking truth because deception bites. Thank you guys. I appreciate all of you.